Hi everyone, my name is Nate Leonard, and this is my research summary presentation for EDFN 545.5. As we've been approaching the spring sports season, and considering I'm a track coach, I tried to find a study that explored a link between student motivation in the classroom and motivation to participate in sport. So, long story short, my searches were really unable to return any applicable results, so I chose a little study exploring student athlete motivation differences between boys and girls. It never fails that I get the same questions from other coaches in my building. After 7 years, they still ask how I get such a large turnout of boys and girls from my track team. For their sports, they struggle for numbers. Well, every year, I don't really know what to tell them. I either laugh them off or I just make some kind of silly remark about nice weather or the fact that track is a co-ed sport. And I suspect they feel like I'm holding some mysterious or magical technique to get 60 or 70 kids signed up every time. But as I was digging into the study, I initially became dissatisfied with the lack of information pertaining to the demographics and socioeconomic status of the sample group. I feel like there might be more to the story, but I also understand that the group might be trying to limit their variables. So, considering that the study looks to have taken place in Europe, I also question the validity of the research in regards to American sport. You can pause the video here at any time if you want to take a closer look at the methodology or more of my criticisms. So, in analyzing the results, the study found some key similarities in the motives for boys and girls. The top answer for both was that they were interested in sports for fun or enjoyment, followed closely by wanting to be healthy, wanting to be part of a team, and wanting to improve skills. Now, I wasn't so concerned with the similarities as I was with the differences. As you can see above, and added to the results from the previous slide, it seems like boys are motivated by just about everything to compete in sports. All the answers scored high for them. But for girls, the results indicated a much simpler contrast in motivating factors for them. So, as you can see from the above statement, the researchers conclude that boys are drawn to their sports by their egos, whereas girls, very generally speaking, are interested in the social aspect of sports participation. Now, I was surprised by how readily the group offers that their results were not as conclusive as they had hoped. They even admit their findings match those of past studies. So I'm left to wonder why they published this study in the first place. To circle back to my reasoning for choosing the study, it seems to suggest that track hits on all the motivators for kids of either gender to participate. It seems like an oversimplification, but boys get to stroke their ego and girls get to socialize. And as I say in the second bullet point on this slide, they barely mention the roles of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, but you can tell that, boys are very extrinsically motivated for those ego things, the wanting to be a champion, the wanting to win a medal, the wanting to get something tangible for their efforts. But the girls, they're there for more of the social aspect. So while this might be sufficient for individuals that have never worked with young people, the research and findings were pretty insignificant for me at the end of the day. So I guess the next time my colleagues ask about the increased levels of participation on my team, maybe I can tell them that track and field provides a variety of intrinsic and extrinsic motivators for both boys and girls. And beyond that, maybe I'll just have to keep my ears out for more clever sayings I can use to appease them. At any rate, thanks for making it all the way to the end of my presentation. I appreciate your time. Take care.